right, welcome to the broadcast. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Yulanzali. Now, tonight we begin our bulletin with a shocking revelation from the Hustler Fund. Principal Secretary for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Susan Mangeni, has announced that the government plans to write off bad loans worth 6 billion shillings, borrowed by 10 million Kenyans back in 2022. Now, appearing before the National Assembly's Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, Mangeni said the borrowers have failed to repay the loans. And more than 2 years later, the PS revealed that 9 million Kenyans are still actively borrowing and urged MPs to approve an additional 5 billion shillings for the fund in this financial year. Let's begin our broadcast with our very own Jirogi Gatete.
Launched the Hustler Fund for the Republic of Kenya.
It was deemed as a game changer in their plan to lift small-scale businesses, a promise that enticed millions of hustlers during the 2022 presidential campaign. The aura for quick government loans with lower interest rates. In 2 years, the fund had attracted over 25 million Kenyans. What is, however, shocking is that close to half the number have defaulted in repaying their loans. 10 million Kenyans who borrowed when the Hustler Fund was launched in 2022 have bad debt amounting to 6 billion shillings.
They never repaid. And that's what we'll be seeking to write off. So the portfolio that is totally at risk and it's in default, in terms of, we'll say, it's about close between 5 billion to 6 billion.
The Principal Secretary struggled to justify to members of Parliament why the ministry has failed to recover 6 billion in taxpayers' money lost through the Hustler Fund. In her defense, PS Mangeni revealed that the ministry is considering legal amendments to allow for forceful recovery of unpaid loans.
Since we have graded these people, we are going to institute a mechanism of recovery through incentives and certain sanctions, like now blocking you from accessing those are the enhanced opportunities. If we were to do forceful recovery, again, the challenge will be the law. So we're also looking at the law to see at what point can we introduce forceful recovery.
Mangeni noted that so far, the ministry has disbursed 65.7 billion, with repayments totaling to 53.2 billion shillings. She highlighted that over 9 million Kenyans have consistently repaid their loans, and as a result, grown their borrowing limits. It is on this basis that the PS appealed to MPs to approve an additional 5 billion shillings for the fund in the upcoming financial year, even as efforts to track and recover funds from defaulters continue.
Those who are doing better, we need to enhance their limit. And the moment you enhance someone's limits from 500 to 10,000, you have to fund. And that's the reason why we're asking for additional funding to fund the 4.5 million that will be graduating to the bridge, but also at the same time also to take care of the new applicants who are onboarding Hustler Fund every day.
With the bad performance, the MPs have poked hole into President William Ruto's flagship project, which they say could sink the government into deeper loans amidst a struggling economy. Gatete Njoroge, Citizen TV.